Hello, let me just show you how you can match things in OLEX 2. So I've loaded a structure here. It's molecule number 2. And I notice at first, well, this is not grown. So if I type grow, then I see the full molecule here. If you want to match this with another molecule, it could be any molecule at all. It could be a different space group. It could be anything. It doesn't really matter. You need to navigate to this overlay area, which is under Tools, Overlay, and you overlay a structure. So the number 2 we already have, we choose number 1, and now we have 2 of those molecules. The first one we had before, and now this one here. Now, first of all, we probably don't want this view, so we can go to View and just go at Ball and Sticks. That may make things a little bit easier. And now we need to also grow this other molecule. The other thing we don't want is hydrogen, so Control H to hide all the hydrogens. In order to grow this, we can type grow. It doesn't, because this is currently the active molecules. What we need is the swap. Is it O file swap? And we swap to file number 1. And if you now grow, this other molecule is also grown. So now we have both molecules grown and we can start overlapping them. I'm going to zoom in with a right click here because we need to see the relevant bits. So what we need to do here is overlap certain atoms. And I suggest we start with the nitrogen, the metal, and the nitrogen. So that gives us a line. And then we go for the bound oxygens here. And then we go, if you want to, with these waters, but I think maybe those 4 atoms probably gives us better results. And now we find the same 4 atoms in this other molecule here. Now, because that carbonyl is looking at this carboxyl oxygen is looking to the back and here is actually looking to the front, so these are the other way around, I start with my nitrogens on the top, and this is where I got it wrong in the first go. And then left and right, and we type the word match. So this should overlay these 2 structures, and let's see whether we've got that right. And now you see the carboxylate, the free carboxylate oxygens actually pointing to the back. So there is potential of getting it wrong, and it's probably worth playing with it a little bit to get this right. And then we can zoom in to this sort of view. We can also change the view. We can do this sort of ball and the sort of tube diagram or ball and sticks. And of course we've got options of changing the radius of the bonds here as well, or the radius of the atoms. Okay, so in order to group it, we double click on one of those and then right click, selection, group. So that makes it into one group. Double click and then right click, selection, group. And these colors, red and blue, are the last ones I've used here. The default colors are somewhat annoying, and I hope we will change this soon. In order to change the colors, we can go right click and graphics, draw style, graphics, draw style, and we can change the color to anything we like. So there's a lot of different settings. This top one has got the biggest influence, biggest effect, but you can change diffuse font and we can change specular fonts, and you can have hours of fun playing with that, and you can get any sort of look you want really. Once you're done, you can say, okay, I have a view that I like, and you can go to Tools and then Images and export that image as a bitmap image in whatever size you want. If you've got the Report Plus tool installed, it's quite easy to say, well, okay, you want to include that here. So we add an image to this. One image that I made before was this one here. And we can now go and photograph that. So what that will do, it will save this particular arrangement the way it is right now as a file. So you can then later go back and get that same arrangement in the same view back at a later stage. And you might want to modify it. Again, go to View, and you might want a diagram like this. And you might want to change the radius. You can change the radius of the atoms. So all sorts of options you've got here. Okay, I hope this was a little bit useful. and thank you for using Molex 2.